Hello my friends, thank you for clicking on this video where I'll be explaining the benefits of singing lessons, and I want to share a bit of information as to what they're like and what you can expect. Because if you're going to book a singing lesson, you're going to be spending real money. So I want you to know as much information as possible before you do that. Thank you to my patrons on Patreon who are kindly sponsoring this video. This video will break down a few things, such as what a voice lesson is, how to find the perfect teacher, what a typical voice lesson looks like, and the real benefits of singing lessons. In my opinion, there are so many benefits to singing lessons, and I want you to become a better singer, so let's dive in. First things first, what are singing lessons? Singing lessons are when you meet individually with a professional and expert in the art of voice, and what they're going to do is use their knowledge, their expertise, and their experience to help make you a better singer and guide you in the right direction. In these lessons, you work on the core elements of singing, which we touched on in depth in this video here, but include musicality, vocal technique, breathing. There are so many elements of singing. Your teacher is going to introduce new ideas to you, build off of your strengths, hone in on your weaknesses, and overall, they'll just make you a better singer and musician. One of the first steps is finding a teacher. How do you do that? One great way is through social media. I like social media because it gives teachers a chance to share their singing related content. So if you're looking for a teacher, looking up their profile is a really great way to get to know them, to get to know their teaching style and personality. Platforms like Fiverr are really good too. Some teachers may have listings on there where there's a description of what they teach and how they teach, and maybe some videos there too. If not on social media, look up singing teachers in your area, or you may have a musician friend or a friend that's already taking singing lessons. Ask them if they have any connections. But when you're searching for a singing teacher, here's some criteria that you can think about. Do you like them? Will you get along? If this is someone you're meeting with on a regular basis, you have to like them. They don't have to be your best friend, but if you can choose someone that you get along with, you're going to create a much healthier learning environment, and the whole process is just going to be so much more fun. Do they know what they're talking about? Training and degrees doesn't always mean they're going to be a good teacher. If possible, look up current and past students. If you can see some examples of their singing and the progress that they've made, that might help inform your decision. Trust your gut, and if it doesn't feel right after a few lessons, you can just move on to another teacher. Do they offer a free trial? It never hurts to ask for a free trial. This is your chance to introduce yourself, to get to know them as a teacher and their teaching style. As a teacher myself, I always give free trials. If somebody messages me and asks for a free trial, I always say yes, because as a teacher, this is my opportunity to get to know you as well. And if you decide that you want to commit to 4 or 5 lessons, I can cater those lessons to your needs. Just be open and honest with your teacher. If after a few lessons, things really aren't working out, just say, I'm sorry, things aren't working out, and move on to the next teacher. Or you may decide that singing lessons just aren't for you. Good teachers are kind, they listen with careful ears, and they know when to push you when you need to be pushed. Okay, so you found your teacher. What happens now? Once your lessons are scheduled, you're pretty much good to go, and you'll start meeting with your teacher on a weekly basis. For the sake of this video, let's say you're a complete beginner and you've never had a voice lesson before. The first few lessons are really about getting to know each other and working on the basics. Even if you've had some experience before, you'll likely just review the basics. You're defining key terms, you're getting to know what your voice feels like. I have a lot of students that sung a lot as a kid, and then they took a big break, and now as adults, they're singing again. So in the first few lessons, even though they've sung in the past, we need to spend the time for them to get to know their voice again, to refamiliarize themselves with essentially a new instrument. So it's about introductions and for you to figure out how the teacher teaches and the teacher to figure out how you learn. Most teachers will follow a similar structure, especially in the early stages of your lessons. First thing that you'll probably do is a body warm-up. Figure out how your body moves, find out areas of tension in your body and things that need to be corrected. Then you'll move on to breathing exercises, how singers need to breathe, how we take in air and use that air consistently. Then you'll do vocal exercises and vocal technique. This may include scales, working on vowels, doing lip trills, all that help with your vocal technique. Then you work on your repertoire list. This will be a list of songs that you like to sing and that work on various aspects of your singing. You're gonna follow a similar pattern for a while. And as you progress, certain things will go on the back burner. They won't be quite as important because you've already established them as a habit. So as you progress, you start working on more advanced topics and things start to get a little bit more refined. Now, there are a lot of benefits to singing lessons, and I'll tell you this right now. Just by thinking about taking singing lessons, or maybe you've booked your first lesson, this is a huge step in the right direction, so good for you. There are too many benefits to talk about in one video, so I've broken it down to 3 important pillars: consistency, focus, and feedback. At this early stage of the game, the key is consistency. Singing lessons typically take place on a weekly basis, so at the very least, you're singing once a week. Now, hopefully, you'll be able to sneak in some practice sessions in between lessons, but at the very least, we're singing consistently. The next factor is focus. So when we're in a singing lesson, there are no phones, there's no social media, there's no distractions. You're focused solely on singing. What this focus is going to allow you to do is really focus on the task at hand. Singing is a very sensational thing. We need to feel our way through it. How does breathing feel? If you have a voice crack, how does that feel? And voice teachers are going to be constantly asking you these questions, but if we have distractions, we just can't focus. Finally, your teacher is going to be giving you constant feedback. Getting constructive criticism from a professional is absolutely essential in your growth. A good teacher is going to know when to go easy on you, when to be a bit tough, and when to just let you figure things out on your own. The bottom line is you're getting consistent feedback. That is essential. All in all, if you're a singer and you want to improve, I recommend voice lessons. I've taken voice lessons since the age of 5 and I've progressed every single year. It's something that worked really well for me. Try it. If you hate your teacher, move on to the next one. If you hate the process altogether, then maybe singing lessons just aren't for you. There are ebooks, there are courses, there are videos that are going to pop up on the screen for you to watch for free on your own time. Best of luck, my friends. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, I would really appreciate if you could like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, leave a comment down below. That's it for now. I'll see you in the next video.